Number 1, suppose you know the area of the yard is 7,500 square feet. How can you find the value of A? So since we're talking about area in the problem, we're going to use the formula they give us in the problem. It says the area of the backyard is A times 3A, or 3A squared. If the area is 3A squared, we know the area is 7,500 square feet. For number 2, use the answer to problem 1 to find the value of A. So we're going to take our 3A squared equals 7,500. I'm going to divide by 3. 7,500 divided by 3 is 2,500. I take the square root, and I get A equals 50. Number 3, what is the perimeter of the backyard? So it tells us up at the top that the perimeter is 8A. So instead of A, we're going to plug in our answer, 8 times 50. 8 times 50 is 400. The perimeter is 400 feet. Number 4, the area of the floor of a square room is 144 square feet. What is the perimeter of the room? Include a diagram in your solution. So first we're going to draw the diagram. We're going to draw the picture. The area is 144. Area, we know, is length times width. Since it is a square room, we know the length and the width are the same because all sides are the same. So what number times what number is going to be 144? We take the square root because it is a square room. The square root of 144 is 12. 12 is the length and the width. So we have to, for perimeter, we have to add up all the sides. So we're going to add up 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, and we would get 48. The perimeter is 48 feet. Number 5, which two numbers in the box are perfect squares? Explain how you know they are perfect squares. So the perfect squares are 196 and 625. They are perfect squares because 14 times 14 is 196, and 25 times 25 is 625. You cannot multiply the same number twice to get 20, 125, or 500, so they are not perfect squares. Make sure for that explanation that you took up at least half of your space. Number 6, what is the side length of a square whose area is 1/64 square miles? So again, we're talking about a square, so we're going to take the square root of 1/64. So that's really the square root of 1 and the square root of 64. The square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 64 is 8. The side length is 1/8 because we take the square root. Again, make sure you took up at least half of your space. Number 7, Natasha says that if the area of a square is A, then the length of a side of a square is the square root of A. Do you agree? Yes, we agree. Because if it's a square, you take the square root of A. A squared, A times A, because it's a square. Squares have are the same on all sides, so A times A, length times width, are the same number. And so the side length would be the square root of A. Again, make sure your answer took up at least half of your space.